Good afternoon, everybody. I'm DW Pastor Barry. Just adjusting my hat and tie. Sporting a new tie, never worn it before. And take notice that my ducks are most definitely in a row. All right, I want you to listen carefully as I explain something here. So, in the months to come, when you're looking at my YouTube channel, you'll understand. Beside the Still Waters, this is the second book that I'm working in this now. The first book that we did was just 1 month's worth of devotionals. It was a sample issue, which I have over there on my shelf. As far as I know, even though it says volume 25, which I don't understand, volume 25 is issue 1. I asked for these devotional books, and this is what they sent me. So we're going to start in 2020, right there at the top. I'm going to have to put dates on these in the listing so people can tell the difference when I get doing a bunch of these. I'm going to have to throw a bunch of these books in the middle of the different devotional books because I have so many of these. I got a big pile of them. So to make it evenly balanced, I'm going to have to probably go 2 or 3, probably just 2 devotionals, other ones, upload them to YouTube, and then do another one of these to keep it even. I don't just want to go to the end and then do a bunch of all these and just keep going. I want to try to keep it balanced, if that makes sense. So here we go. Starting with January the 1st. We don't care about exact dates. Just know that this is the 2020 issue, and this is January the 1st. It's called Transformed. We're going to read in Romans chapter 7. If you do have a Bible and want to follow along with me, you can do that. I'm doing quite well. Had a good day at church. We got church again tonight. We got some winter weather coming in this week. Looking forward to that. Hopefully we get something. My parents told me recently that they've got all kinds of snow back in Canada. School's been canceled. Church has been canceled. They just don't know what to do with all the snow they've got. I'm just explaining this so when I look back at it one day, it's kind of like a landmark to remind me of where things were at this point in time. And Donald Trump is now president of America. That's another landmark. He wasn't in yet the last time we did this devotional, so I'm just updating. And him and Elon Musk are doing a lot of damage to the enemy, or to servants of the enemy. They're causing a big stink. But that's what happens when there's corruption and it gets exposed. People get upset. My advice, live for God. Don't live in corruption. Ezekiel 36:26, we're going to read this verse. It tells us, "A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, and I will give you a heart of flesh." Okay, now from Romans chapter 7, I got my modern English version here. We're going to read to the end of the chapter. Let's dive in because it's going to be a bit of reading. The problem of indwelling sin, Paul writing to the Roman church, he says, "What shall we say then? Is the law sin? God forbid. But I did not know sin, except through the law. I would not have known coveting if the law had not said, 'You shall not covet.' But sin, taking opportunity through the commandment, produced in me all kinds of coveting. For apart from the law, sin is dead. I was alive without the law once, but when the commandment came, sin revived and I died. And the commandment, which was intended for life, proved to be death in me. For sin, taking opportunity through the commandment, deceived me and killed me through it. So then, the law is holy, and the commandment is holy, and just, and good." Verse 13. "Therefore, has that which is good become death unto me? God forbid. Rather, sin, that it might be shown to be sin, was working death in me through that which is good, so that sin, through the commandment, might become exceedingly sinful. We know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. For what I am doing I do not understand, for I do not practice what I will to do, but I do the very thing I hate. But if I practiced what I do not will to do, I agree with the law that it is good. So now it is no longer I that do it, but sin that dwells in me. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwells no good thing. For the will to do what is right is present with me, but how to perform what is good I do not find. For the good I desire to do, I do not do. But the evil I do not want is what I do. Now if I do what I do not want, it is no longer I who does it, but sin that lives in me. Paul's writings could be deep at times. I find then a law that when I desire to do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law of God according to the inner man. That's the spirit. But I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members. O wretched man that I am, who will deliver me from this body of death? I thank God through Jesus Christ our Lord. So then with my mind I serve the law of God, but with my flesh the law of sin. All right, that was a lot of reading, but it's good. Transformed. Our author today is Mark Schwartz of Homer, Michigan. At their annual convention, a group of barbers agreed to demonstrate their abilities by bringing in a homeless drunkard from the streets. They proceeded to give him a haircut. They shaved and bathed him and dressed him in fine new clothes. They made a public display of their barbering skills, but 3 days later the man was back in the gutter again. He had been powdered and perfumed and outwardly transformed into a respectable person, but his impulses and inward drive were still the same. You can catch a pig and scrub him clean. You can dust him with talcum powder and feed him on the golden platter in your dining room. A red silk ribbon around his neck will make him no less a pig. Turn him outside, and he will wallow in the first mud hole he sees. His nature hasn't changed, for he is still a pig. People make resolutions. They may determine to start doing more good or to quit a bad habit, but human efforts at reforming often fail, as shown in today's Bible reading. Why? Because we are sinful and need help from a higher power. Our heart, or the inner nature, must be transformed. We need the new birth, which is a new dimension of living that goes much further than reformation. A born-again man enters a new world. He goes from lust to holiness, from darkness to light, from death to resurrection. His will is changed. His purpose for living is different, and his life has new meaning. The lost has been found. The foreigner is now a citizen of God's kingdom. The stranger has become a member of God's household. But thanks be to God, which giveth us the victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. 1 Corinthians 15:57. At the bottom it says, He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. Revelation 21 and verse 7. Alrighty, hope you enjoy that one. We're going to be doing a lot more of that very shortly. God bless you guys. I hope you're enjoying life. Whenever you watch this video, I don't know when that will be, but I appreciate you being here. Subscribe to this YouTube channel where you're watching the video. God bless you, and I will see you in the next Beside the Still Waters Devotional.